I was part of something called the Weather Underground, and I was arrested in an extremely tragic act that led to 3 people being killed and many families being deeply harmed, and did 20 years in prison, 22 years in prison for that.
The night I got arrested, a girlfriend that I had just met 4 days ago had said, let's go rob somebody. And I agreed. I was sentenced to 50 years to life at 17 years old. I did 39 years and 5 months.
I had a son, David Gilbert, and I had a child together, and we were both arrested at the same time. So our son was left without either of his parents. And very, very dear friends and close friends agreed to take our son, Chesa, into their family.
While I was in prison, I was sexually assaulted by an officer, and I had a child. A friend, a very good friend of mine, who I met when I was in a group home, who became my surrogate mother, took my child and raised her. My daughter's 26 years old, and we're trying to rebuild our relationship.
I would say that the theme of being a mother and the theme of wanting to create programs for supporting us was a central theme in my life in prison. And so we created a program called the Long-Termers Program inside the prison that people could participate in and feel safe in and grow. And at the same time, we created a movement to try to change the parole system that gave people the opportunity in prison to be honest about what they did, which you don't do when you're trying to minimize your sentence. You have to, the lawyers help you try to create a story that minimizes what you did rather than focusing on what you really did.
The work that I do is I advocate for women that are still inside and women that have just recently come home to just see what's going on with them and see how we can help them. Everybody's not their worst mistake, So reach out to the prisons, try to get to know, try to advocate, try to join faith-based organizations that work with prisoners that's inside and re-entering society, because we're just like everybody else.
There's such a stereotype and stigma about people in prison, and especially about people who have directly harmed other people with their choices. What were the factors in their lives? It's getting to know individual people that will, I think, prepare you to figure out what to do. That's the start. And from that, you begin to see how many things you can do.